What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy ricothewaver, and I'm back again with another lit video. Now in today's video, I'm gonna be pretty much letting you guys know all the essentials and things you need to become a waver in 2023, man. It's 2023, it's a brand new year, and a lot of people are cutting their hair, and a lot of people are starting to want to get waves, or if you already have your hair cut, you just want to get waves in general. Okay, now I'm gonna show you a few things that you're gonna need when trying to become a waver in 2023. It's a brand new year. A lot of people are trying to become a waver. I'm gonna show you some key things that you're gonna need. Number one thing you're gonna need is a comb. Now these right here, yes, highly needed. You're gonna wanna have some type of comb for when you're woofing and your hair is starting to get a little bit more thicker, so that way you can comb your hair, you know, release some of the tension, break a little bit more forks, and help your hair, you know, flow the right way. The comb just helps with a lot of your connections and when you're woofing, and it just helps take you to that next level, man. You definitely want to have a comb. Now I could have easily started off with the brushes. Now I could have told you off rip, the first thing you're going to want to need is a brush. Obviously everybody knows that. I feel like combing is very slept on, so I feel like that's a key thing I needed to let y'all know first before we get into these brushes. Now when you're waving, you definitely want to have you a hard, medium, and a soft brush. As y'all see, this is a nice Torino Pro hard brush. You're going to want to have some type of hard brush to help your waves take it to that next level. It's a hard brush. Let me tell you what a hard brush does. A hard brush helps get down to that scalp, so that way it can get down to that new growth. Be able to brush down to your scalp. Now you don't want to be using a soft brush the whole entire time and it's not getting down to your scalp. You want to be able to use a hard brush when you're woofing and your hair is getting a lot more thicker. That's when a hard brush comes very handy. When your hair gets a lot more thicker and you start to enter those woofing stages is when the hard brush comes in. Now don't start off trying to get waves at a 1.5, trying to brush your hair with a hard brush. It's not going to work. It's going to hurt, and you're going to hurt your scalp. I don't know what may happen next, but it's gonna burn, it's gonna hurt, and you're not gonna like it, man. You can start off with a nice medium or a soft, preferably. I prefer that you start off with a nice medium brush. A nice medium brush would go right in handy. This is another Torino Pro brush right here. It's gonna come right in handy, man, because when you're starting off, you're at a 1.5 or you're at a 2. I recommend that you start your waves at like a 2, or you could do a 1.5. It's whatever is comfortable with you. I've started off my hair with like a 2 or 1.5 just to start off from scratch, so I have something to brush on top of my head. You don't want to go too low because then you're not gonna have anything to brush. So you want to at least get like a 2. I feel like a 2 is fine. 1.5 is kind of like too low, and you're not gonna have anything to brush at a 1.5. So I really recommend for you to get a 2. If you're getting your hair cut completely off, just ask the barber that you want to have your afro cut or whatever type of hairstyle that you have cut off to a number 2. I feel like that's cool. That's a cool little length for you to start your wave journey. So you want to have you a nice hard, medium, and a soft brush for those stages when your hair is growing and getting more thicker. You start the woofing stage at 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, you start woofing. 4 weeks is not a woof. But after 4 weeks, that's when you start the woofing stages. Now when you get to 5, 6, 7, 8, it's people that have been to 10, higher than that. That's when you get to that next level of the woofing stage. At 4 weeks, you're not really woofing because your hair is still barely growing back in within the first 4 weeks. A soft brush definitely comes in handy. You can never go wrong with a soft brush. You can use a soft brush at all stages. A medium, you can use a medium at definitely almost all stages until you're deep into your woof. You can still get away with a medium, but that hard brush, that's when it gets down to that new growth and down to your scalp, so it can brush the waves down to your scalp, man. So that way when you get your cut, it won't be like you was doing all that brushing for no reason, because the hard brush is gonna get down to your scalp. That's the whole point of a hard brush. A hard brush is gonna get down to the scalp, man. A medium is in between time when your hair is in the growing stage, when you're going into 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. Then you start to transition as your hair gets a little bit more thicker into that medium hard or that hard brush, so that way you can be able to get down to that scalp. Now if you're a beginner waver and you're just starting off, I personally recommend that you get you a nice little brush from the beauty supply, or you can get one linked down in the description below at ricothewaver.com, my own brand. We got a nice little soft right here. This is a soft, and we have a nice medium hard right here that you cannot go wrong with. You cannot go wrong with this nice medium hard. It's that Ferrari red. You can definitely go out and get you a brush from any local place, or you can grab a brush from me. The choice is yours. Now, once you get that brush and you start your wave journey, make sure the brush that you start off with is a nice firm brush. You want to have a firm brush so that way when you're brushing your hair is, the waves, it's all pulling. The brush is pulling the waves. It's creating the waves. The whole point of getting waves is brushing. Brushing is definitely key. I've talked to you guys about brushes. I've talked to you guys about combs. Now there's one thing that I'm missing. If you are a true waver, please let me know down in the comments what you think that we're missing before I show you this. Let me know down in the comments what you think I'm about to show you next before I show you. Now don't cheat. Comment real quick, I'll wait. There's one thing that I'm missing that I feel like there's a key thing. It's in the top 3. Now, you have combs, brushes, and what else is that third thing that's the key thing? A mirror. You want to stay with some type of mirror so that way you can be able to see what you're doing while you're brushing your hair. You cannot be out there trying to brush your hair just straight up like this, bro. You cannot just be out here going like this any old kind of way, because you're going to be a basic waver. You don't want to be a basic waver. You want to be able to take your waves to that elite status. Brushing with a mirror is definitely going to get your waves to that next level, because you're going to be able to see exactly what you're doing. Now when you're brushing like this and you take your brush and you go like this and you're brushing, man, you're going to be able to see exactly what you're doing. I can see exactly what I'm doing right now. Right here through this camera, I can see exactly what I'm doing. Now, when I'm actually brushing and getting my brush session in and I'm in the bathroom with the mirror behind me, I can actually see exactly what I'm doing because I have another mirror in front of me, so I can be able to see the back of my head. You can see those different angles. Brushing and having 360 waves is all about angles. You want to be able to brush those different angles the right way, the correct way, so that way your waves can flow and everything can connect. And then that's where the comb comes in. The comb comes in when you're brushing your hair and make sure that those angles are correct. You want to be able to comb your hair into the right direction and make sure that's correct. You know, loosen up some things and redirect some things. Now I know y'all like, hey, we talked about this, we talked about that. What type of product should I put in my hair? You're gonna wanna use some type of butter, bro. You wanna use some type of butter because I feel like greases and all these other things that are unnatural are not good. You wanna be able to use some type of natural butter. Don't get me wrong, not just any butter, a natural butter. Something that is very good and natural and has organic things in it and things that are healthy for your hair. You want to have something that's good, some type of butter in your hair, just like this here. Now these are the butters that I personally use. I use this Goat Drip butter right here by PB the Goat, and I also use his legendary butter right here by PB the Goat. Those are 2 butters that I use every other day. I'm using butters in my hair every other day. Now, as far as when I'm heavily woofing, I do use a pomade. I know y'all like, hey, what do you use when you're woofing? Now this is another product that I use while I'm woofing. This is the legendary pomade. Now I'm not out here trying to show y'all nothing that I don't use, or I'm not, there's not no promo or nothing like that, honestly. I'm showing y'all products that I genuinely use. Like, I really use these products. Like, I really use all of this stuff. Like, I really do. So it's not like I'm showing y'all some stuff for some promo or anything like that. I genuinely rock with my guy PB. Those products I genuinely like. I'm not gonna show y'all nothing that I don't rock with. Now as far as oils, right now I don't have any other oils on me, but I have my oil on me right now. So I've been using my oil right here. Y'all can find this also linked down in the description below. It's a very good oil. I use it all the time. It has a nice shine. I have plenty of videos on this oil y'all can go check out down on my page. I got plenty of old bangers y'all can go check out. You want to have something like that in your hair when you're trying to get and start your process, man. If you can't afford or be able to get any of the products that I've shown you, please go out there and try to find something that's natural, man. You don't want to use nothing that's unnatural for your hair. It's going to slow down the process of your waves, and it's just not going to be able to be right. You want to be able to have healthy waves and take your waves to that next level. Now it's definitely another level to these waves, man. You can get there. I know you've seen other wavers or seen people in this wave game that have their waves on another level, or you might have seen my waves and you like, man, I want to get my waves just like his. Now, personally, I feel like my waves are not at the best level yet, but they are. I am spinning and my waves are nice, so I'm not gonna discredit myself, but I feel like I could be at another level, so that's why we're here. We're here to put that work in. With that being said, there's another thing that you definitely need. It's gonna be a plastic bag or some type of, you know, thing like this, and you're wondering like, what do I use with this plastic bag? It's used to lay down your hair and get your hair right, man. So that way it can lay down them frizzy hairs. It can also help your waves out, because a lot of people use this method. I've seen this is a prison method that they use to help get waves out when they don't have a brush. So you could definitely use that to help get your waves to the next level. I feel like the plastic bag is definitely slept on. If a plastic bag can get you waves in prison without a brush, you want to be using a plastic bag as well. Clearly it does something crazy. And personally, from experience using a plastic bag or a lay down G, which is pretty much the same thing, it definitely helps your waves a lot, man. It lays down the frizzy hairs and spreads out a lot of the oil, and just overall has your hair looking a lot more shinier. The frizz is gone. Everything is just way more A1 with a plastic bag, bro. If you don't know, go look down on my page. I have plenty of methods with the plastic bag, man. And last thing that you're gonna need, man, you're definitely gonna wanna need some type of do-rag to save that process. You don't wanna be brushing and you can't save the progress because you don't have some type of do-rag to throw on your head. You gotta have some type of do-rag to be able to throw on your head and tie on, man. You can't be out here brushing and not ragging up. You gotta have some type of nice silky, just like this here. You're gonna wanna have some type of do-rag, bro. You can't get waves out here without a do-rag, bro, because if you're out here brushing, you're going crazy with that brush, and then it's time to rag up. You're using all these different type of brushes and you're getting your waves right, and you're combing and you're doing all these things to get your waves right, but you're not saving the process. A lot of you wavers out here are falling asleep without your do-rag, or you don't have a do-rag. You need to get some type of do-rag, man. Get you a nice little do-rag or something like this right here, like our Laker Gold, or you can get one of our camos, man. We got the red camo or the blue one, man. You need something to definitely save that process as a waver. You gotta be able to save that process. Do-rags, silky, it's just way more better for your hair. Your hair comes out a lot more silky. Think about it. Silky do-rag, silky wave. But that's if you put the brush work in and take your waves to that next level so they can be silky. So you guys, with all that being said, I want you guys to really start your wave journey off this year successful. I hope the things that I've shown you is very useful for you to get your waves to that next level, and I'm looking forward to see some of your results. So make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. Y'all can DM me. My name on Instagram is ricothewaver. You can find me on any platform at ricothewaver. So make sure y'all send over a DM on Instagram. I do open my DMs and I do respond. I'll be glad to help you with your waves or rate your waves or etc. So make sure y'all go follow me on Instagram, man. I'm gonna pop up my Instagram right here for y'all to go follow. Make sure y'all go follow my Instagram. It's right there. And then make sure y'all go over here and go follow my TikTok. We're going crazy on TikTok as well. I drop daily content over there, man. It's your boy Rico the Waver. I hope that this video was helpful for you and you were able to get your waves right for this 2023, man. Because I know I want to get my waves right, and these are some of the products that I'm going to be using to get my waves back to that level that it was at, because these are the products that have my waves at that level it was at in the first place. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you haven't already. It's your boy Rico the Waver, and I'm out. Peace.